Hello, this is Daniel Mark, and today I will be doing I will be doing a video on the fact that Bryan Singer, the director of the previous two X-Men movies, has sort of com- sort of confirmed that there will be a live action X-Men Apocalypse movie by 2016. So he confirmed this by Twitter, basically saying, there Apocalypse live action movie coming soon, 2016, something like that. I didn't personally see it because I don't have Twitter. I just, saw it from other sources. Yeah. For those who don't know who Bryan Singer is, he he was the director for the last two X-Men movies. So or three, because I'm pretty sure he's also directing Days of Future Past. Yeah, whatever. So this is a kind of official, unofficial thing. Like, it's technically unofficial because nobody has actually said that the company who said it, Fox, hasn't really said we're gonna do an apocalypse movie. You know, but Bryan Singer being the director, he's a reliable source to to a pretty long extent. So we could trust him to an extent. Now you know. So that's why it's kind of official, unofficial. So, but him saying that there may be a apocalypse movie by 2016, it does, give us a possibility that there will. So, in my opinion, this is good because we've for villain wise, because we basically only really have maybe two, three villains throughout the whole X-Men series. When you think of it, we've had Magneto for pretty much all of them, even in First Class, towards the end. Um, then we've had Sebastian Shaw, which is in in First Class, and then we're gonna have the Sentinels, which is 4 Days of Future Past. So yeah. So I mean, we've only really had three three actual villains when you think about it. Really, one of them, Magneto, isn't really. He's like an on again, off again type of villain. So he's like undecisive sometimes. He's not. Sometimes he wants to be the villain. Sometimes he wants to be the hero. He's like sometimes he's neutral. Sometimes he's the good guy. Sometimes he's the bad guy. We really don't even know what side he's on. But sometimes he's the anti-hero. So but for the most part, he is the villain. So yeah, I mean, really, any other villains would be the government when you think X-Men 2 and 3, taking rights of the mutants, but that's a whole different topic. But legit villains would be Magneto, Sebastian Shaw, and then the Sentinels that we're going for Days of Future Past. So yeah, that in my opinion, that's fresh for the X-Men series, in my opinion. Because, okay, I mean, we are starting to get away from Magneto, as it seems, with the Sentinels. We haven't seen that yet. And now we're getting Apocalypse, which is a major villain in the comics. So, yeah. Now, yeah. If this actually does go through, this will be the 8th X-Men movie confirmed, and around the 11th X-Men movie in the whole franchise, because there actually are 4 movies in the works of being a movie. One of them is another Wolverine sequel. Um, there may be an X-Force movie, and there may be a Deadpool movie. Well, Deadpool, they've been saying that since 2004, but when's that gonna happen? I don't know, or if it's even gonna happen. So Deadpool maybe, maybe not. X Force, they announced it, I think, to 2011, that 2011, 2012, that they may do one, and they confirmed they already had the writers early this year, so that's good. Then we've got Apocalypse, so those are the 4 in the works. So that'll be the 11th movie ish. Somewhere between the eighth and 11th movie when you think about it. So yeah, and when you think about it, that's a lot of movies for a franchise. I can't really think of any franchise who's had that many who's had that many movies, with them. Plus, plus if you include the spin-offs, I can't really think of any franchise. Harry Potter may be a close second, but I think that's 8 movies. I think it's right there tied with Harry Potter, but I'll surpass it pretty soon. Yeah, pretty soon. I will be surpassed. But yeah. Now there is a rumor that Hugh Jackman may not be coming back for Apocalypse or any other X-Men movies. Now, by that logic, there can't really be a Wolverine sequel or Wolverine 3 by that logic. So, if he means after the Wolverine 3, he's gonna stop X-Men, then that will make more sense than, he's gonna stop right after Days of Future Past because you've already got a third Wolverine confirmed. I mean, they could replace him, but would really want anyone else besides Hugh Jackman. Let's be realistic. And really, the only reason Hugh Jackman ever comes back, besides the money, is because we, the fans, want him. We love the Wolverine and we love Hugh Jackman and all that. So, so they just stick him in there. They stick him in every single movie. He even made a cameo in First Class. It was maybe the best cameo for any movie. If you remember, Professor X and Magneto going to the bar. I forgot who says that. I think it was Professor X. He's like, "Hey," and then Wolverine's like, "Go fuck yourselves," and they're like, "Okay," and leave. That was maybe the best cameo ever. It was funny as hell. So yeah, but when you think about it, you can't really blame the guy. He's been in like he's gonna be like about in he's been in like 7 8 movies of X-Men alone, and then he has other works to do, like such as Prisoner, you know, which I think came out this year. Um, you know, so you really can't blame the guy. He does have a life besides X-Men, and plus most people won't even stay in a movie, past 3, because when you think of it, every single superhero franchise seems to be 3, like 3 Iron Mans, 3 Batmans, 3 um I lost my train of thought. Whatever, you just get the point. Te- technically, the Iron Mans are kind of tied in with the Avengers, and that's gonna be another multi-million franchise. But the base franchise is Iron Man, and all spawned from there. So most of them can't really stay past 3. I think the only other ones I could think of are maybe Robert Downey Jr. for Iron Man, because none of the other ones have actually been in within the Avengers franchise for that long either. So, Tony Stark is actually the longest one. You know, in the franchise. Acting wise. So, you know, that makes sense. You have to think these people get tired after a while. So yeah. Now, how believable is a rumor? Right now, I say 50-50 until we have like an official confirmation or something like that. That may change my mind, but for now, 50-50. I'm kind of hoping he stays because Hugh Jackman Wolverine, props to the guy, does justice to the role. So yeah, despite the fact that there hasn't really been an actual confirmation there will be an X-Men Apocalypse in 2016. There will be however, an X-Men movie by May 27th of 2016, which leads me to believe more that the Apocalypse thing might happen. Also, the director said it, so you know, So I'm really hoping there will. And honestly, you've got a new villain now. I mean, they're starting to do that with X-Men because we're tired of Magneto. They kind of tested their waters with Sebastian Shaw, did awesome. Then I since Days of Future Past hasn't been released out yet. Um, we don't know if how much of an impact Magneto is gonna be in that movie. So but we still get the Sentinels, which is also another about time moment. Because I mean, they didn't really have the budget earlier, but I think by now they had the budget to do this. And yeah, and also stating again that this has been confirmed, officially confirmed, that there will be an X-Men Apocalypse movie by 2016. But note that this is before Days of Future Past has even gotten into the theaters, so which makes it even more believable. And to be fair, Fox is also a multi-million company. They could probably be popping up movies every 2 years, unlike what. And to be fair, they're Marvel. I mean, they're in tie with Marvel. Even though they're not direct Marvel, they're like Sony. They have some Marvel properties, like because Sony has Spider-Man, they have the X-Men. You know what I mean. Um, they could be pumping up movies every 2 years, and DC is pumping up on one movie every 5 years. I mean, to be fair, we really have two team. We already have two team franchises, two superhero team franchises, possibly a third one with X Force, and a fourth one with Guardians of the Galaxy. Um, what else? Am I missing anything else? Um, I don't think so. That's already four teams. X Men. That's X Men, Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, and possibly X Force. So that's 3, 4 movies, and DC hasn't even been able to even give out one Justice League. When the hell is that ever gonna happen? They say 2016, 2017, but I don't even think that's gonna happen. I will do a video on that later on. My thoughts if a Justice League movie will even happen. But yeah, so that's it for this video. They say that there may be an X-Men movie by May 27th of 2016. It will likely be an X-Men Apocalypse movie, and yeah, rumor has it, whatever. Rumor has it that Hugh Jackman may or may not be in that movie. How believable are those sources? I don't know, but you kind of have to, you can't blame the guy. So whatever. So yeah, give your thoughts below in the comments on what you think about X-Men Apocalypse. How if you like Apocalypse as a villain, or what your or if you would have preferred someone else as the villain. For please state your reasons. I'd like to hear from that. Also, give your thoughts on the fact that Hugh Jackman may not be returning for the for a next X-Men movie. And yeah, and please subscribe. I do have other videos, other topics, some comic topics, comic book reviews. I do have also reviews on movies and TV shows, you know. So yeah, and share this video on Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, and Vine, or whatever you guys prefer. You know, and that's it. This is Daniel Mark signing off.